Hey, what's up, guys? Tiny Grouper back at it again with a brand new video. Today I'm going to be continuing last week's character rework with the part 2, starting off with Captain America. With his Sentinel Strike, let's see if we can break this down, right? He does 40 melee damage, but whenever he throws the shield, it does 45 melee damage, right? So he has first hit melee, second hit melee, then first hit flying shield, second hit flying shield. So he does 40, another 40, which makes it 80, 45, which makes it 125, and a next 45 that makes it what? 170? Yeah, what makes it 170? Uh bro. Okay, let's increase his melee shield throw from 45 damage to 60 damage because that's what I feel like Captain America needs most. Yeah, Captain America needs damage. So what this does is bring his normal melee combo from it brings it from 170 to 200, a nice flat 200 number, right? Yeah, so okay, so in the patch I believe it went from 60 to now it's at 70, which I feel like is a good number. Let's keep it there at 70, right? But instead of the 20% damage reduction for each ricochet, let's flip this because he has up to three ricochets. And we're gonna do a 15% damage increase for each ricochet. So when that third one hits, it does like extra 45% damage, meaning it'd be sitting somewhere at around like 110, 15, 20 damage with the third hit, so we want it to stock instead of get weaker with this damage with the ricochet, right? Now, obviously, we're gonna give Captain America all these boosts and these buffs to his damage, right? We gotta address something that they currently have: his health. Outside of Groot, Captain America has the highest base health in this game, which is crazy. He's just a man with a shield. But yet his health is higher than Venom's, is higher than the Hulk's, is higher than a literal god of thunder and Thor. So stay with me now. We're going to be nerfing his health from 675 to 550. Captain America now jump and blocks himself with a shield. Captain America now, well, not now, but he always was able to run around and jump around with the shield, and his hitbox is like one of the smallest for any tank. So he does not need 675 health, especially when we're buffing his damage quite decently, right? Uh, what's the freedom charge here? I don't believe the how. Oh, wait, no, that's the ultimate. The what am I looking for? Yeah, the living legend. Yeah, so he already has a shield with 400 health. So I feel like you bring his health down from 675 to 550, and you make him more of a terror. He's gonna be a way better dive tank. He's probably gonna be able to jump in the box, clean up on healers a lot quicker, get in, use his shield to block, and get out the way that he's probably meant to play. And next thing, we're going to give Captain America a passive because he currently does not have any passives in this game, right? So the passive we're going to give to Captain America that it gives all allies behind him in a certain range, and you have to be behind him. It's not just near him. Once you're behind him, everyone gets a 10% damage reduction. Obviously, it's not going to extend all the way for every character behind him. You have to be a certain distance behind him. Let's just say you're following him into battle. You're leading the charge, kind of playing off the fact that he's a leader and people have their faith in him. So they take a 10% damage reduction. Also for his ultimate, right? The freedom charge, the same move here, right? I feel like we could take away the single line that it is and make it more of a cone shape, like let it fan out behind him so you don't exactly have to stand right behind him to get the health boost that it gives. And also, when he attacks, the the trail disappears. So what we're gonna do is while he's attacking, the trail is gonna stay there. So we're gonna buff his ultimate. So we're buffing Captain America's damage, we're buffing his ultimate, and we're giving him a passive ability. And all I ask is that we remove his health from this outrageously large 675 to 550. So Captain America is going to be easier to kill, but he's not going to be necessarily that easy to kill because he's more of a threat. You can't really engage him on that level like that anymore because he will kill you. You know, he will do some decent damage on you. I feel like that right there, it probably won't make him the best character in the game, but it definitely make him playable and usable and a threat. You know, you actually have to respect him now. All right, now good old Spider-Man. Now this is a dangerous character to touch in my opinion, because Spider-Man has a crazy amount of untapped potential just sitting there waiting to just go off and become the best character in the game. Obviously, it's still going to take a lot to be able to learn him, but he's a character that I don't really want to touch that much because we easily could just make him completely useless to play as, where he is kind of teetering on now, or it's just an absolute menace that gets auto banned in every game, and you're never going to play Spider-Man at the high levels, right? So what I want to do for Spider-Man is the one thing that I know he struggles at is getting picks. So when he dives the back line, because he has to use like literally every one of his abilities just to confirm that kill, the minute someone gets healed in the middle of this combo, he has to swing out and just reset and wait for his cooldowns to come back to try again. Problem with that is when he dives in the back, he normally wants to dive a healer, but the healers normally stay together, and you have a bare minimum two. In this current meta, a lot of people run three. So what I want to do for Spider-Man is not give him actually, because he already has this ability, his web cluster, right? I think maybe maybe we should make this ability because he has five of these, right? So let's just give him a next web cluster where all we could just reduce this to something like two or three. Where when he shoots that, he gives the person he shoots a CC similar to Penny, but we're gonna make the cooldown on us a lot longer because I believe Penny can fire her CC like every 2 to 3 seconds. So this one can be only fired like, for example, like say 8 seconds or something. You know, definitely not enough time for him to sit there and be able to web up a bunch of people. And what we're gonna do, what this does essentially is when you now go in to dive a healer, you web one healer that you don't want to kill, and then you use your combo on the next healer and confirm that kill, because the next healer is not able to heal the healer that you're. I'm not. All right. The healer that you webbed isn't able to help the healer that you're currently attacking because they have a CC. You know, so let's say this lasts for 2 seconds, 3 seconds, maybe as long as Penny, maybe a little bit longer. However long it normally takes for the Spider-Man to get his combo off. So unless that healer has some self-healing abilities for themselves, the next healer is unable to quickly look at them and heal them through the Spider-Man combo. That's letting him be able to confirm his skills a little bit more. I don't know. That might be a lot, but I feel like it's a decent change that changes the way the character plays without making him too broken or without making him too weak. All right, Punisher, the default pick, the default character in this game. Um, I feel like she's one of the characters in this game that's actually in a pretty fair and decent state. He doesn't do too much. He has his counters, and he's able to counter, and he has his obvious matchups that he wants to play against, right? But like I said, we're going to be touching on every single character. So unfortunately, I will have to touch this character. Pause for better or worse, right? So the only thing that I would say is his turret, right? Where is it? This turret is insanely strong. I don't know if I have the gameplay to show you guys with it, but his turret, the bullets on it has splash damage. You can see it right there. It has a 3 meter spherical radius, right? Which is ridiculous because they're bullets, bro. You could, bro. I hope I have the gameplay video, but you could shoot way off from someone and still annihilate them because of the splash damage on this turret. So one, let's just remove that entirely, right? I feel like that's just ridiculous. The turret is already strong as is. His turret is better than some characters' ultimates, in my opinion. Uh, what we also could do though is because since we're removing the splash damage, let's just let's give him extra 300 bullets. I mean, not extra 300. Let's bring the bullets up from 200 to 300, so it lasts like a third longer. Uh, a next thing I have a problem with is the health on the turret is 600. Unless you're playing a really, really good range character or you have really, really good cover, most times you're not able to destroy the turret and you're just waiting for the bullets in the turret to run out. Let's just bring the health down from the turret. We don't even have to cut it all the way in half. We could go from 600 to 350. I feel like that's the only problem with the Punisher. Let's just weaken his turret. It's already strong. You put it in a good place, people are not going to be able to destroy it anyway, and you don't need splash damage on it. And we're going to reward you and give you an extra 100 bullets, bringing your bullet count from 200 to 300 with the Punisher. I feel like that's all you have to do. I feel like that is fair. Squirrel Girl. Let me just say it now and get it out of the way. This is the character that I hate the most in this game. A lot of people give flack for Moonlight and says Moonlight there's no skill. This character is literally brain dead, skill on zero. You stand like 50 meters in the back of your team and you just stand up and press R2 or left click or whatever flick you play on, right? And you just shoot these squirrels, these squirrel nuts, these acorns all game. That's just your gameplay loop. You just stand there. Just shoot the squirrels, shoot the squirrels, shoot the squirrels. Probably throw an acorn, see if you can get anybody stuck with it. And then you just shoot the squirrels, shoot the squirrels. She has an ability that just allows her to shoot more of these flicking acorns, bro. And she does a crazy amount of damage. Squirrel Girl pumps out an insane amount of damage in this game. Let's see if we can pull it up right here, right? 110. You get hit by two of these, unless you have max out, you just die. I know it says 70% damage fall off of 3 meters. I don't know exactly what that is because it still does like 110 damage past that. Maybe it's a bug. I don't know. But this character is despicably annoying, right? Uh, her ult got a pretty good buff. In my opinion, I kind of wanted to get nerf. I don't know. That might just go into my hate with Squirrel Girl, but her ult is it's okay. It's fine. It's annoying in close quarters, but I guess that's the point. She's a DPS. She has to have a strong ult. My main problem is the Squirrel burst action. This burst acorn. Now I know I probably reworked a lot of characters and made them stronger, but I think that I'm only going to nerf Squirrel Girl. Right? Let's reduce the damage. Like if you get hit with the explosion from from like 110 to like 40 or something, it's just ridiculous. And then like let's just say if it's a direct hit, it does uh, I don't know, like 130, 150. I don't know, whatever makes you guys happy. We give off some, frig that. No, just leave it at 110, and it just does 40 damage if it indirectly hits you, or 65. Wait, it's 65. 55. It does 55 damage if it doesn't hit you directly. We're just going to cut it in half. So she has to use twice as many nuts to kill somebody in the back. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. This just is a brain dead character, horrible character in the game. Hope she gets nursed into the ground. I hate Squirrel Girl. Jeff the Land Shark, a character that is hated and a character that is loved. He has the same thing as Rocket. I feel like he's on the other end of the spectrum for Rocket. Like, Rocket is like most people hate him, but then you have like a hardcore fan base that loves him. I feel like most people love Jeff, but then you have a hardcore fan base that hates Jeff, which is kind of weird because they're like the two animal healers, you know. And then Jeff is doing poor competitively, at least according to the win rate, whilst Rocket is doing good. I feel like they kind of have a yin yang thing going on here. So for Jeff, right, his it's Jeff attack, right? Uh I don't know. I At first I was saying nerf it, but as most as the longer I play the game, the more and more I realize that it isn't as broken as it is. But the problem with it is if you don't have a mobility character, you're gonna get catching it most times. So what I think we should do is I don't want to say decrease the range on it, right? Because 10 meters is pretty fair. So what I want to do is kind of make it like, when you're placing it, how you can see where the whirlpool is. Let's just make like a faint outline so that the enemy team can see where you're trying to place the whirlpool. Obviously, if you're not a character with high mobility or anything, the you're still not gonna be able to dodge it. And let's just make the activation time on it just a little bit quicker. Well, I believe you have no, you don't have a hmm, you don't have a number here telling you that. So instead of like it popping up and the bells start ringing and then it happens, you just could see it before it happens. But the minute he press it, it just pauses that quick second, and the ultimate begins. So for Jeff, you're able to activate it quicker, but people are able to kind of counterplay against it a little bit quicker too. I don't know if that ultimately is going to make it worse or better, right? But my main thing is, what we could do? We could make it like Venom's out. You could clearly see Venom on the floor, but it's moving kind of fast. And unless you have any way to really deal with it, when Venom activates it, it just hits you. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make this out stronger. We're 100% gonna make it stronger. We're gonna make it like Venom's ult, the Feast of the Abyss, where you see it coming, but unless you have high mobility and you're able to get out there, there's nothing much that you're gonna do with it. You're gonna get caught in it, right? The next thing is, I believe, where are we? Where is this Aqua Blast? Yeah. So the damage fall off on this begins at 1 meter, decreasing at 50% by 3 meters, right? Let's just huh. Projectile damage doesn't fall, so it doesn't fall off. I don't know. Well, I don't know what that means exactly then. Huh. I don't know exactly what that means. Okay, so let's just disregard this, right? It does 25 damage per round. This is Jeff' only way in his entire kit to defend himself, right? Obviously, we don't want to make Jeff a little bit too strong because he has pretty decent survivability. But let's just tune this up to maybe 30 or maybe even 35. But let's just small changes for Jeff. We don't want to do too much. Yeah, let's bring it to 35. I don't know how much it goes up to with Luna Snow, but obviously we could buff that up a little bit too. So Jeff is going to do 35 damage with his project. 30. 30. I feel like 30 is fair. Let's just give him 30 damage for this projectile, and his ultimate, his Feast of the Abyss. It's like Venomone. It's easy to see, and you could able to get it off. Jeff is still gonna be trash, though. That's not enough to work on Jeff. I don't know. Maybe I'll revisit this later, but that's just my small tweaks to Jeff right now. He's kind of just filling the space, filling the quota. All right, the big green machine Hulk. Ah, man, bro, Hulk is a top tier character in the game, but due to no reason of his own. It's mainly because of the team up that he gives Iron Man and Doctor Strange. I want Hulk to be a top tier character in this game solely because Hulk is a great character. Hulk is a good character in the game, but he isn't as great as he should be. Hulk should be one of the best characters in the game, if not the best tank. At least that's what I thought coming into this game. Problem with Hulk, well, there's a lot of problems with Hulk. So let's just get into it. Let's just get straight into it, right? All right, first let's look at Bruce Banner. He has 200 health, which is fine, which is okay because he's an almost scrawny, skinny guy. So we don't want to give him the same amount of health as the average character, which is fine. You could even knock this down to 150 for all I care. My main problem is that when Hulk is in his Hulk mode and he takes too much damage and he begins to revert back into Bruce Banner, you are essentially a sitting duck because once he does his long de-transformation, everyone is just sitting, waiting for you to transform into Bruce, and then boom, you die instantly. Only way you can ever play as Bruce is if you died from some long range attacks all the way in the back line, or when you was G transforming because you got flanked by somebody, it was able to kill the character that was attacking you or scare them off. What I want to do is allow Hulk when he's de-transforming, still allow him to move. So allow or give him one last jump away or something. So let him be able to jump away or let him be able to run away or walk away or whatever you need to whilst he's de-transforming. Still can make it obvious that he's transforming. I don't know, let it blink between him and Hulk, Bruce and Hulk, Bruce and Hulk. But let him be able to move when he's transforming. Give this man a chance to play as Bruce Banner. Give him a chance to stay alive, right? So yeah, let's look at his damage. This damage is 40 damage per hit, right? Which means that the Hulk takes 7 shots to kill someone, 7 punches to kill someone, which is a lot of punches. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for you guys out there that don't know how to count. So what I say we should do is increase this from 40 to 50 damage. The Hulk now can 5 shot most squishies in the game. All 250 characters, Hulk can now hit you with 5 shots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're dead. For once again, for the people that can't count, right? Now you guys may be saying, bro, that's a lot. That's a lot. He's the Hulk. Let him be a terror. It's to the point right now when Hulk dives, you kind of just CC him, or you guys all just attack him, and he has to run away from you. What I want is from you see the Hulk jumping towards you, you're in fear. You feel like this is the Hulk. You hope that he goes for an ex teammate. You reposition yourself. You just straight up run away. You have to do things like that because he's the Incredible Hulk, and this game he's not that incredible, right? Also, what I want to do is give him a run, bro. You have Captain America, who can run around for as long as he pleases, and now you have the newly added thing that can kind of run around and smash and launch people upward for crying out loud. All I'm saying is we just give the Hulk because I believe Captain America Dash gives him 33% damage. Not 33% damage. 33% increase in movement speed. For the Hulk, we could do something simple. We could go with 25%, 20%, 15% for all I care. Just allow the Hulk to have some other form of mobility outside of just him leaping all over the place. And I know most people say, oh, Hulk has the best mobility out of all the tanks in the game. Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'd argue Captain America. I guess you could argue against Venom because Venom has one swing, but now the Thing also can dash around. But so I feel like we should just allow Hulk to be able to run and leap. Just make him a terror on the battlefield. Just make him that much harder to kill, that much scarier to deal with, right? And my next thing, my biggest problem probably is his ultimate, right? What happens here is, sorry, this is in the way you can't see it. There we go. He gets 1,400 health, and his heavy blow is increased from 40 to 70, right? Meaning it takes him what 5 shots still to kill a squishy. 140. No, 4 shots. Yeah, it takes him 4 shots to kill a squishy, but he also could kill 275 targets, right? My problem with it is the ultimate in his ultimate. So his grab, his breaker grab. Let's take a look at this. It delivers 5 hits and it does 40 damage for each hit. Let's just think about that for a second, guys. Hulk enters his ultimate, uses grab that he only can use one time in his ultimate. That lasts for 5 seconds, by the way, right? And it only does 200 damage. Hulk cannot kill any character in this game with his grab. And that's not including the fact that people tend to get healed when they're in the grab. Only person he could kill is another Bruce Banner in the Bruce Banner mode. So I think that we should just get away with this whole thing entirely because it takes too much time out of his ult, and it still can't even kill a person at that. But the biggest benefit you get is you get a 30% damage reduction. That doesn't matter because everyone is shooting at you. So 2 to 1, you die most times before you even finish the grab. So I'm gonna get into a new idea for a new move that we should give him in this mode. But let's focus on this heavy blow again for a second, right? I feel like we should increase this from 70 damage to 85 damage, right? So we're gonna make Hulk scary in his ultimate. Like I said, most of the time when he turns into Monster Hulk, people just focus him and get him out of there, just pack him up. So we're gonna give him 85, meaning he does 300 damage with 4 hits now. So now he can kill like for example, a Mr. Fantastic or the newly buff Iron Fist with 4 shots also, along with those other squishies, right? And with an extra hit, he can kill a Wolverine. Um, the next thing is instead of this World Breaker, I feel like we should remove this and give him a Gamma Explosion, right? So what I'm thinking is something similar to Wonder, right? Like, so Hulk then goes into a mode where he's like, curling up, he's powering up, he's charging up, and he's about to release an explosion of gamma. He's about to release all the gamma that he's built up. And I feel like we could start this with 700 damage, kind of similar to Wonder, just slightly weaker than what Wonder currently has. And the more damage that he takes in this mode, the higher damage it gets. Let's say it could go up to all the way to 1400. Not that you need it. 700 damage takes out most characters, with the exception of a fellow buffed up Hulk or Venom or Groot or whatever. And as a drawback, because you get to walk around in your Monster Hulk form, and it wouldn't be fair for you to just have like this next ultimate ability in your ultimate. What this does is it reverts you back to Banner, and it leaves you with like 1 HP, and you can't be healed for like the next 10 seconds. So you're super vulnerable. But if you do it correctly, it wouldn't be that big of a deal because you should be able to wipe out most of the team, if not all the team, with this move. So that 10 seconds is more than enough time for that to wear off, the healers to heal you, and you're able to be ready to continue a fight by the time the team comes back. I feel like we do these things, and it makes the Hulk way more better than he is. Obviously, I feel like we probably have to tone down the gamma boost that he gets. I don't know. Maybe that might be a lot, but I feel like that's what we could do for Hulk to make him, for sure, in my opinion, at that point, like an S tier hero, which he should be because, like I said, he is the Incredible Hulk, and he's not. He's not doing so incredible in this game, in my opinion. All right, and that concludes today's video, guys. Be sure to leave a like, comment if there's anything you want to say, and be sure to subscribe to see more videos. We'll be back with another one next week. See ya.